The Green Lantern issue 12 sees Hal arrive at the planet Werim, where his fellow Lanterns have all been defeated by the Qwa-Man. Lantern Trude tends to Two-Bean, telling her fellow Lantern that she won't let him die. As the Qwa-Man comes for her, Hal arrives, smashing his antimatter doppelganger with a hammer. True is contacted by the Guardians, who tell them help is on the way as Hal continues his assault. As the rescue team leave to aid them, the Guardians convene, knowing that the Qwa-Man is a pawn of a master strategist, and this is what Controller Mu's endgame was. The Guardians learn that their endgame is hoping that Hal will, for once in his life, listen to them. Hal pins the Qwa-Man down, told to be very careful with the powerful but sick-minded being. The being frees himself, however, trapping Hal, but before the villain can kill the Lantern, Sinestro arrives to help, noting Hal shouldn't look so surprised. Sinestro helps his former student up, saying that they need to hold him until they can overload the Qwa-Man's self-repair systems, and to do this, the men need to hit him over and over again, but be mindful that the only thing stopping Hal and the villain from mutually annihilating one another and their respective universes is their force fields. Sinestro knows his true identity should be obvious to Hal, since he's the Sinestro of the anti-universe, meaning he is actually a good guy, or as he calls himself, a lovable rogue. Given the valuable nature of the Qwa-Man, Sinestro wants to deal with this himself, since he has dealt with him before and he is weakened since his battery has been amputated from his body and he has no Qwa-Bolt weaponry. Hal wonders how he will beat him, and Sinestro says that he has an Achilles heel, a weakness of sorts. Hal still wants to take the villain down, but Sinestro won't allow it, since he relies on the bounty of the Qwa-Man to survive and will be paid a fortune if he brings him back intact, and even more than what he was paid for the Black Stars to lure the being to the planet. Hal is shocked to learn that this Sinestro was the one who was working for Controller Mu and allowed this planet to be destroyed. Sinestro, however, is attacked from behind, blasted by the Qwa-Man's energies as Hal battles his doppelganger with the help from the injured Lanterns, bringing his shields down. As Lantern True is flung away by the Qwa-Man, Hal keeps on beating the villain, not stopping as the rescue team arrive, stopping the bloodied Hal. The villain isn't dead yet as he blasts the Lantern Chrysalian, only Hal learns it wasn't his fellow Lantern, but someone who was disguised as him. Suddenly Superwatch arrive, and as they blast the villain into oblivion, Hal protects him and the other Lanterns in a shield. Finding the disguised Lantern was a Durlan, and was a Black Star informant the Guardians suspected was in the ranks of the Lanterns. The dying alien says that it was her job to protect Hal, no matter what. Halkar tells the Lanterns that Superwatch has this situation in hand, since the Lanterns are on a world that they have no jurisdiction in. Halkar says that they have teamed already with the Bordermen, the Antimatter Universe's border patrol, to hand over the Qwa-Man to them. A beaten and bloody Sinestro returns, telling them this is all a trick and the Borderman is actually the Qwa-Master. It's too late, however, as he is zapped by the Qwa-Master, as is Hal, who is teleported away as the others fight on. Hal is teleported by a Zeta beam to a dark room, where he is reunited with his Black Star partners and Beelzebeth, learning that he was taken just in time. Hal wants to go back since it was a trap that Superwatch fell into, obliterated by the Bordermen, but Beelzebeth says that that's not possible, and shows how that Controller Mu is very much alive, since his mind could not be contained in one body, so he has had doppelgangers made. Mu states that Hal will die in 4 minutes from organ failure, so walking with Mu, Hal is urged to consider his final move. The being shows Hal what they have built, their ultimate machine. Hal says the machine requires 5 will-powered components: a luck dial, a starband, an antimatter battery, and a Green Lantern ring. Hal says that they mentioned 5 and learns that the U-bomb they made him disarm told them everything they needed to know about the bond Hal shares with his ring, making him the 5th component. Moose says that this weapon was forged during God War 1, eons ago, and it is the ultimate destroyer and supreme maker. However, they've turned to calling it the Miracle Machine, and with one thought, everything in the universe can be remade, and Hal will be the one doing it, since everything that Mu and the Black Stars has done has been to serve this particular moment, and if Hal chooses not to help, he will die right now of organ failure. But if he wishes the wish of Controller Mu, he will be saved and become yet again a Black Star. In the Antimatter universe, the Qwa-Man is reborn as Weapon 666 Hal Jordan after having the lantern put in his chest. He rises and bows to his masters before walking out to meet his new Lantern Corps, rallying them with chants of hate, death, kill, and pain. The Green Lantern issue 12 ended its first season on a very high, wacky and weird note, as Hal is left with a very hard choice to basically remake the universe. Man, this series was awesome and exactly what Green Lantern needed. It's both equal parts cop procedural and Morrison DC Cosmic Universe weirdness. It finds the nice little spot in between both of them that surprisingly go well hand in hand. I did not expect them to go as well as they did together. I'm eagerly awaiting the second season of this book to start in the coming week, and I'm looking forward to seeing this remade universe where everything is Black Star related. It sounds very intriguing. I'm going to give this issue a 9.5 out of 10.